Update 17 for Elite Dangerous is just about to release, or maybe by the time you've watched this video it will already be available. The update contains these rather strange features. They are Thargoid spires that first made an appearance back in Update 16. Now their function still remains a complete mystery, but the difference is that right here these have grown significantly and they are now several kilometers in height. They're protected by Thargoid skimmers of the Revenant variety, the new Thargoid skimmer that was released a little while ago. You'll also find a brand new variant of the skimmer right here, although I haven't seen any footage of what that looks like just yet. This footage was sent over from Frontier as a part of the Elite Dangerous Partner Program, and each clip here is just 20 seconds long or so. There's 2 of them, so not a whole lot of details have been shared just yet. I assume Frontier want players to go out and discover this all for themselves. And I'm sure within just a few hours of this update's release, there's going to be plenty of instructions available on the internet telling people exactly what they need to do and where they need to go. All in all though, the cryptic nature of the information I've received makes it very hard to determine the exact size and significance of this particular update. There has been some patch notes posted to the official forums, however, although they too don't reveal any details of, well, any revealing details, let's put it that way. They do contain some of the other notes about the patch though, which mostly comprises of fixes and a few changes. A notable problem that's posted under the known issues section of the patch notes is for head tracking. This is both for track IR and free track versions. This has been currently disabled and the team are investigating, although Frontier do clarify that it's only been disabled for on-foot gameplay, and they've clarified that both track IR and free track still work as intended whilst in ships. Either way, this is probably a bit of an issue for a lot of you people out there. I know many people do use head tracking of some form, and they're likely to be disappointed that on Odyssey based on foot content it's going to be currently disabled. No word yet on if or when this is going to be fixed, but hopefully it's going to be repaired sooner rather than later. Now elsewhere in the world of Elite Dangerous, what has been going on? Well, a few different things in the Galnet news stories. The Federation has got an upcoming election which is due to take place very soon. Now what this means in terms of gameplay for Elite Dangerous, no one really knows. I'm not expecting too much to change, but back a few years ago there was a long speculation that eventually there would be civil war between humans, a massive war between the Federation and the Empire. Now, I don't actually see any of that happening regardless of the outcome of this election, but for those of you who have followed the lore of Elite Dangerous over the years, you will possibly recognise some of the names who are trying to run for president here. They include Jerome Archer, who is Vice President of the Federation currently, Felicia Winters, who is the head of the opposing party, as well as Zachary Rackham, a self-made trillionaire. Now, whilst I'm not expecting anything massive or significant to come from this election, it does seem that there is going to be something happening in-game at the very least. Frontier have suggested that players should make their way to the Sol system, and I'll link details in the video description. Do make sure you check it out if you're interested. So yeah, something, regardless of whether that's large or small, is going to be taking place in the Sol system, the home of Earth. And then we've got another story. There was, remember the Thargoid Titans that come in a recent update, the massive ships found at the centre of the Maelstroms. Now, over the past few weeks, people have been rescuing abducted humans from those Thargoid Titans. Now, the humans have been encased in these sort of capsules, these pods, inside of which they lay asleep inside a chemically complex gel. Galnet specifically says not unlike amniotic fluid, with tubes supplying breathable air and basic nutrients. Now the people have been placed under observation. They've been extracted from these cells, from these pods, and they seem medically quite okay, although in terms of infection they're under strict medical quarantine. Now what does this mean for the future of the game? Well, who knows, but obviously there are a lot of other humans out there in the other Thargoid Titans, ones who haven't been rescued. And it's long been theorized and speculated now that at some point in the future, yes, we will probably have Thargoid FPS, Thargoid ground combat, as a part of the on-foot shooting capabilities of the game. So yes, the hope would be that at some point Frontier would introduce Thargoid aliens into these ground conflict zones, something which would be pretty intense, pretty interesting to see. But the suspicion now for a lot of time, quite a few years in fact, has been that instead of going the alien route, Frontier will go the modified human route, and to all intents and purposes, we will have human zombies. Now, of course, at this point, that is all entirely speculation, but some of the information that's coming out in terms of in-fiction lore does seem to suggest that may well be the case. Personally, I hope Frontier don't go that way. I think it's a bit of a cop-out. I'd much rather see really great-looking Thargoid aliens, to be honest, on the ground, but it is what it is, and we'll have to see how it actually plays out. Either way, in terms of lore at least, it's a pretty interesting story. Whether or not any of this is going to play directly into Update 17 and the upcoming elections, we're going to have to wait and see, but we'll be finding out very soon, anytime now in fact. Do check out those links in the video description if you want to know more. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.